In today's video, we're going to be looking at exotic leather for use in Leathercraft. In front of me here today, I have Stingray, Crocodile, Ostrich, Lizard, Snake, and Fish leather. First, I'm going to talk about each exotic leather, how they are used in Leathercraft, and what kind of projects are suitable for them. After that, I will talk more generally about exotic leather and give you all some crafting tips. So let's get started. Let's begin with Stingray Leather. This is my favorite exotic leather because it is so different from everything else. This is because it's covered in these small calcium nodules that are very hard and durable. Stingray hides can come in a few styles, such as with the painted on white diamond. However, I prefer this style which I have here, which has been sanded and polished to give a shiny finish. These larger nodules here are the centerpiece of the hide, so it is best to position these in the front and center part of your project. Stingray is a little bit more difficult to cut than normal leather because these nodules are very hard. However, it can be done with a sharp knife and multiple passes. To better control your knife during cutting, you can flip the hide with the flesh side up and then make your cut from this side. This piece here is 1.2 millimeters thick, so the use of a liner is optional. Normally, you only glue and do not stitch the Stingray leather, as the stitching is impacted by the irregular shape of the nodules and will not look neat. Stingray hides are generally small, so they are only suitable for small leather goods, such as wallets and small bags. In front of me here I have two crocodile hides, a small black crocodile with a glossy finish, and a small section of a larger crocodile with a matte Himalayan crocodile finish. This finish is my favorite for a crocodile, as it is very recognizable and flashy. Generally, out of all the exotic leathers available, I think that crocodile and alligator are the most recognizable and often used in Leathercraft. This is because they are associated with high-end luxury products more than other types of leather. This small crocodile here is only 0.6 millimeters thick and quite flimsy. For this type of piece, you would need to glue a layer of vegetable tan leather to the back of it to firm it up. The Himalayan crocodile is 1.5 millimeters, so adding a liner is optional. There are many types of leather goods that can be crafted from crocodile, from medium-sized bags all the way down to watch straps. This is ostrich leather. This section comes from the legs of an ostrich. However, you can also get ostrich leather from its body. This part here is the toe, and this is its knee, with the best part here in the middle. Ostrich has a very recognizable pattern with a single line of these larger scales running down the middle, surrounded by these smaller scales. This is a wallet that I made on a previous video. Again, you can see the very recognizable scale pattern running down the center of the piece. This hide is around 1.2 millimeters thick, so lining this leather is optional. The usable portion of the hide is actually quite narrow, so you'll be limited to small leather goods such as wallets and watch straps. You could also use small sections as inlays on larger projects, such as a bag. This leather hide here is from a lizard. This hide is on the small side and of a lower grade, which you can tell by these imperfections here. Lizard is very recognizable by the uniform small-scale pattern that covers the entire piece. This hide is very thin, at only 0.5 millimeters, so you definitely need to glue it to a piece of vegetable tan to strengthen it. You will need to take extra care for maintaining a lizard hide project. You need to regularly use leather conditioner to ensure that the leather doesn't dry out. Lizard hides are on the small side, but you can find larger ones that can be suitable for small bags. This piece here is snakeskin leather. It comes from a sea snake and has been dyed to get this red finish. Snake skin comes with a nice scale pattern, with this skin keeping the snake's original dark stripe pattern. The other common type of snake is the python, which is much larger and perhaps twice as wide and much longer. Snake skins tend to be very thin, with this piece here only around 0.2 millimeters thick. So you must stick it to a piece of backing leather to give it some strength. In terms of projects, snake hides are quite narrow. However, you can actually combine multiple strips side by side to create larger panels to construct medium and even large size bags. This is the last exotic leather for today, and it's fish leather. This one is from the tilapia fish, but there are other fish leathers available from salmon and barramundi, which are also delicious too. Compared to salmon leather, tilapia has a larger scale pattern, whereas salmon has smaller scales but is of a larger overall size. These tilapia hides have a metallic gold and silver accents applied to the edge of the scales, but you can also find hides without this. These hides are around 0.6 millimeters thick and a bit stretchy, so it will be best to strengthen with a lining or vegetable tan backing. Fish leather is probably the most sustainable, eco-friendly leather at the moment, and is starting to become more widespread in its use. Fish hides are on the small side. However, you can still make small bags by combining multiple hides together. Working with exotic hides is quite a bit different to working with normal cowhide. Exotic hides tend not to burnish very well, so in order to get a nice finished edge, you will need to use some edge paint or fold the edge. Some exotic leathers are very thin or fragile. For these, you will need to glue a thin piece of leather or lining material to help strengthen them up. Generally, you would want to pair an exotic leather with vegetable tan leather or lining material, as it's difficult to construct an entire project from only exotic leather. Grade is really important for exotic leather, and it is determined by the imperfections such as scars and holes on the hide. Sometimes it is hard to get hold of top grade crocodile and alligator. Going for lower grades is not a big deal, as some of these imperfections can actually add character to your project and are a lot easier on your wallet. Exotic leather is generally more expensive per meter squared. However, the hides tend to be a lot smaller, so if you're looking at buying for a specific project, then the pricing is more comparable. I really enjoy crafting with exotic leather as it offers new challenges and the final products are always very eye-catching. I plan to craft new projects using these exotic hides soon, so if you have any requests on a project you would like to see, then please leave them in a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.